here's the president announcing earlier in the day that he plans to go out with the police. Number four, please.
Going to be going out tonight. I'm going to keep it a secret, but I'm going to go. You're the only one that knows. You and your lots of listeners. You have a great show. You have a very successful show, by the way, in case you haven't heard that. But I'm going to be going out tonight, I think, with the police, with the military, of course. So we're going to do a job. The National Guard is great. They've done a fantastic job.
Okay, and here's some sound from the president visiting with the folks out in DC.
Numbers are way down. I'm looking at, you saw some of the stats. They just read them out to me inside. The numbers that we haven't seen here ever. And I think it's probably right now, to me, I feel very safe now, and I'm hearing people are very safe, but I know within 2 weeks it's going to be, Pam, it's going to be at a level that's even far superior. So I just wanted to thank you all. You're doing incredible. You're incredible people. You make the country run, frankly. You make the whole place run. We're going to have the best capital ever. We're going to have it's going to look better than it ever did.
Now, I got the impression, and I bet some of you did too, when he said in that interview he was going to go out, that he was going to be like Serpico, and he was going to put on like a ski hat and a fake beard.
Yeah.
And
I thought that's
jeans.
what he wanted.
Yeah,
bad boys.
Yeah, bad boys. But and if you go to my Twitter feed, you can see a great picture of Al D'Amato and Rudy, who did that back in the day. But Aaron, I think at a photo op like this is going to supporters of the president are going to say awesome support for our law enforcement, and detractors are going to say, well, this is just further confirmation that this is all just meant to be a series of photo ops to make hay out of the crime issue and run against a Democratic city with the overwhelmingly majority Black population. But how do you see this? Is this good, bad? What he's doing?
Well, the photo op. I mean, the photo op.
No, the whole thing. The whole thing.
Today's photo op was at the Park Police Headquarters, which, if anyone knows anything about DC, it's not really near any centralized location, so there really isn't anyone there. So this was a set-aside photo op. As far as the whole thing, I was actually out today walking around by Union Station, and I spoke to one of the members of the National Guard from South Carolina, and I kind of just asked, like, do you want to be here? Like, is this what you want to be doing? And they responded they have no choice. And ultimately, I mean, is there a crime issue in DC? Of course there is, and anyone who says there isn't is lying to you. But do you need military boots on the ground to combat that crime issue? And do you need military boots on the ground in non-high crime areas like National Mall? No. I mean, I think that is a photo op, and that is just a waste of taxpayer dollars. And everyone I speak to in DC recognizes, hey, maybe we do need some more police around in certain areas, but patrolling Northwest DC around a Sephora and a Lululemon or in Georgetown, that's not really doing much. So it's a problem, but how it's being solved just doesn't work. It's an unworkable a solution here.
Rob, I want to ask you a question that undermines the entire premise of this program, which is, and I feel the same way about this redistricting fight and all this focus, including by me, on Gavin Newsom's social media game. I'm just beginning to think that real people aren't caring about any of this. And when I hear people on MSNBC say, Americans are going to rebel in the midterms when they see National Guard patrolling our streets. I just think these are great TV stories because there's lots of video to show. And the redistricting story, you got, Texas legislators fleeing and Gavin Newsom mocking the president. But is it possible, at least, that, or I don't like to ask yes, no questions. How possible is it that maybe both those stories are just there for insiders and cable TV obsessives?
Yeah, I think it's a lot of within a bubble, people that follow this for sport, the premise of your show.
Yeah.
Largely. No, it's not going. None of this is going to matter, I think, for the midterm. I will say this, though. I do think Trump continues to distract Democrats from solving their more significant systemic problems, which is to find real message. So, my Democrat friends, Aaron resisted this when he talked about DC. Of course, it's all photo op, but Democrats go into the mode of trying to defend DC crime stats. Well, that's a loser. Newsom on redistricting. I mean, basically, he's just telling Democrats we have to be as god-awful threat to democracy as Donald Trump is in order to compete with them. Well, that's not a long-term durable message. So Democrats might think they're putting points on the board internally, but I still think externally. New York Times, great reporting this week on the crisis they called it in Democratic registration.
Yeah.
Long term, they're not fixing their systemic problems. Trump distracts them with all these types of gambits.
Yeah. Want more great clips like that? I've got an idea. Hit the subscribe button, be part of the Two-Way community, never miss a clip, and you can always watch our full episodes, join them live, go to twoway.tv.